Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, during all these 2 years of war, we weren't really informed how many Russians are fighting and how many Ukrainians are fighting. There were some numbers here and there, but I don't remember any of the officials coming out and saying, this is the number of the Russian troops fighting in Ukraine. This is the number of Ukrainian troops fighting in Ukraine. I personally did not hear that. If you did, good for you. I must have missed this one. Therefore, this is the first time for me, at least when I hear Zelensky, at least, naming a number, spitting out a number of how many Ukrainian troops are over there fighting the Russians. So we have here an article from the New Voice of Ukraine, and President Zelensky, with double Y, two Ys, reveal how many soldiers are there. So let's see. Let's make it this bigger a little bit here. The New Voice of Ukraine. Ready, set, and go. The New Voice of Ukraine, 4 hours ago, today on the 12th of December 2023. President Zelensky reveals nearly 600,000 soldiers fighting in Ukraine's ground forces. The guys with the drones are considered ground forces or air forces, because I think that's the most they have. And then they have the air defense. I think they're ground forces, except the pilots, I would say. Anyway, I personally think that there are more than 600,000. Maybe that could be close to reality if about 400,000 or 500,000 Ukrainians were killed, which I haven't heard that figure yet. Why? Based on the population. Make a proportionality. The population of Ukraine was about 42, 41, 44, 43, depending on when you look at it. Before the war, about 40 million people. If you take from 40 million people, let's say you do 2/3 adults, 1/3 children, so that would be about what? Let's say 28, 25, something like this, 25 million adults. From that you divide it into, obviously, and you get about what? Let's say 13 million, 13 million, let's say, men. And then from the 13 million you get the ones that are above the age of 60 or 50, however, I think that's 60 over there. So then you, let's say you take about maybe that no more than 10 to 20%. So then again, from about 13 million, you take, let's say, 3 million, you're gonna get at least 10 million people able to fight. And then from that, let's say you got some 2-3 million maybe, but I don't think it's 2-3 million. From the last things, the last number I found was about 800,000 or something of able adults who left the country, and then you get the ones who are exempt from military conscription because of their various medical conditions. So you get to at least 5 million, I would say, at least to 5 million. Maybe you get to 3 million. So if I was very liberal in all this, then you figure out that I think the Ukrainian army at the beginning of this war was about, army, the guys that were mobilized on the front lines over there, about, I think it was about 2 million. And it's not only that I say that, 2 million, and now they say they only have 600,000. I don't think the Russians killed 1,400,000, but let's see what the article says. Zelensky says, many have been honored, many will always be remembered, okay, to the many. Okay, where's the number? The ground forces constitute the largest branch of the Ukrainian armed forces. They are currently commanded by Colonel General Alexander Syrsky. So, I don't see any number here. Do you see any number here? Many brave grave liberty is right here. This is the statement. Many are in our thoughts today, honored villages. I don't see any number here. Do you see any number? No. Oh, maybe here. I don't think so, because something is related. No, I don't see any number here. What am I missing here? There is, but it's not. Well, I got it from, now I went to the New Voice of Ukraine from the original media outlet, not from that was taken from somewhere. And sometimes they, what they do when they look at New Voice of Ukraine or Ukraine Forum, some, let's say MSN takes it, and sometimes you don't find a paragraph over there. I don't know why, or you don't find pictures. So if you go to the original, like this is their site, you find a different article than the one I access here, thinking there's gonna be the same one. And actually, is right here. So here is the. I don't want to subscribe. So here it is, the New Voice of Ukraine, and here is the Ukrainian ground forces comprise nearly 600,000 soldiers across all branches. Zelensky said in a statement on Telegram, congratulating Ukraine's troops on Ground Forces Day on December 12. Yeah, that's great. And this is the other article. See, this is the one that I took from MSN. Where did I take it from? Microsoft Start. So right here, this is the article. You see, this is missing the first part. It just goes straight to his statement right here. Brave, historic, which is right here. Brave, historic, heroic, powerful, and they miss this one right here. This is missing from the New Voice of Ukraine original, whatever their site, English New Voice of Ukraine. So now we have a different story. It was on Telegram, and that's it. And it says, will you support Ukraine's free press? You gotta get rid of Zelensky first, and then they're probably gonna have a free press. So 600,000, and Sirsky is the guy. Is this because they want to tell us that Sirsky, being on his side, has about 600,000 people ready to fight for him against Zaluzhny, who has supposedly everybody, but if he's isolated, then he has no command. We'll see what's going on over there. So 600,000, he says. I don't think this is a lot. I think that's actually not enough. 600,000. You can give them whatever you want to give them. Tanks. You need troops to operate them, unless you have robots, and they don't. So good, at least. But still, I don't know why he would mention that. Is that a threat? Warning to others, which is interior threats, not Russians. I don't think he would say that 600,000 people fighting the Russians. I think the Russians are what? And you say it out loud. I don't think it was meant for the Russians. I think it was meant for inside garbage, which is, I would say, the Zaluzhny and whomever is over there. And I don't want you to think that I call Zaluzhny garbage, because Zaluzhny is one of, maybe only Ukrainians in charge, supposedly, of Ukraine, of the Ukrainian people, who did not screw up, in my assessment. I haven't heard him say things that were idiotic or anything like that. So here it is. Finally, they say it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.